Okay, so I have another story for you, an absolutely amazing story. It was the summer of June 1996, and I was off from work for 2 days. I was in my room when I started having severe chest pains, and I felt like I was having a heart attack. I was having shortness of breath and tightness in my chest. I remember looking back at my clock when the situation was happening, and it was at noon. I decided to call my mother, who was on vacation with my father in Del Mar, California. I was calling from Las Vegas at the time, so it was over 300 miles away. On the phone with my mother, in an almost frantic way, I said, "Mom, I'm having a heart attack," and then described the symptoms. My mother, who is an RN, advised me to relax and lay down. Understand, I'm not a hypochondriac, and I am the last person to freak out about getting sick or even injured. So this was very out of character for me. Eventually, I started feeling better, and I told my mother I was okay, and we hung up. About 30 minutes later, I got a call from my sister, who was also in Del Mar, California, with my mother and father, who informed me my father was on the beach and he fell down and passed away. There were several people who went to assist him, and even one of them was a doctor who performed mouth-to-mouth and CPR. Unfortunately, they were not able to revive my father, and he passed away. My father had two brothers who passed away from heart attacks as well, so we knew he had the genetics in his family. The time of his death was reported as exactly at noon. The cause of death was a heart attack. So it was at the exact moment I was feeling the pain, I was actually feeling my father's heart attack at that moment, because I called exactly at noon. And that's when he had the heart attack on the beach, and there were multiple witnesses, and they knew exactly what had happened, and that was the recorded time of his death. I knew at that moment I just felt my father's heart attack as he was going through it. I was 28 years old at the time and still did not realize the extent of my abilities as a Sigma empath. So this is at a point in my life. I'm in my late 20s. I told you about the first story. It's actually not the first story, but it's one of the stories that I remember back looking at it was the first encounter. I would say it's not one of the first stories I had as a Sigma empath, but one of my first encounters with an angel sitting by my bed. So already I'm going into a life of very unique experiences as a psychic empath, a Sigma empath, and I will have many more experiences. And I even have a story that is actually quite amazing. It goes on for 25 years, and it has a lot to do with my abilities as an empath. I will literally go through one of the most difficult tests in my life, and so I'm getting ready to share that story with you, and so I'm going to kind of go over each thing as I go along. So it'd be great if you guys subscribe, and have a great day, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.